How about the date of the book? How do we date this book? Well, we think that the book must have been written after the book of Ephesians. And we think that, and this chart demonstrates this. I believe I got this chart from Arnold Fruchtenbaum's Messianic Epistles. A lot of the words and phrases and concepts that are mentioned in the book of Ephesians, written about AD 60, show up, as you can see, from the book in the book of 1 Peter. Paul was not borrowing from Peter, but Peter was borrowing from Paul. And we think that because according to 2 Peter 3, verses 15 and 16, Peter had been studying Paul's writings. He writes, "In regard the patience of our Lord is salvation, just as our brother beloved Paul, according to the wisdom given to him, wrote to you also in his letters, speaking in them of things in which some things are hard to understand, which the untaught and the unstable distort, as they do also the rest of the scriptures to their own destruction." So it's very evident that Peter had been studying Paul. And because so much of Ephesians shows up in 1 Peter, we think that 1 Peter was written after Ephesians. If Ephesians was written in AD 60, Peter, borrowing from Ephesians, leaning on Ephesians literarily, could not have written his book earlier than AD 60. So the book has to have been written before AD 60. After AD 60. But at the same time, it was written before AD 70 because it doesn't mention the events of AD 70. It doesn't mention Paul's death or Peter's death. It's hard to write a book after you're dead. Peter died in AD 68. Paul died in AD 68, so the book obviously was written before that. And the book really doesn't mention the Neronian persecution, which came into existence around AD 64. So the book had to have been written prior to those dates. So sometime after AD 60 to 62 and sometime before AD 64. And so it's safe to date this book, 1 Peter, along with 2 Peter, very early AD 64 is a very safe date for the book.